So how's it going, Gilby Clarke?
Yeah, it's going great.
Cool.
Happy to be here. It's great to see some friends, a couple of friends I haven't seen in a few years, but it's great. It's a great day.
What do you think about the press conference?
Oh, I mean, I'm happy that we have some people showed up and still interested in rock. You know, we're just still carrying that rock and roll flag, you know? I mean, it's great music. The music has lived on, so I think it's going to be awesome to have a show like Cathouse. It's going to put all these bands together, kind of show people, put the faces, you know, with that music that's been there for all these years.
Right. Do you have memories of the Cathouse?
Oh, are you kidding? Come on. Well, I do have some, but
do you have any you're willing to share that won't incriminate you?
I mean, over the years, you know, most of the memories, like, I don't really remember a lot of stuff, you know? It's like people remind you of things that happened, but, you know, we used to, myself, Ricky, Tammy, we used to always ride our motorcycles to Cathouse every night, you know? I mean, it was once a week on Tuesdays. And always, you know, getting there was always the easy part, you know, showing up, finding your spot to park and everything, go in, but the hard part was going home at the end of the night. And I lived off of Melrose and Melrose and Fairfax. I didn't live that far away, so I remember every week I had to like find a new way home. So the cops would follow us because the cops were smart. You know, they knew they could park a block or two away and they could get people.
Pick people off.
Yeah, and they, you know, pick them up. So I was always trying to find new ways home. And then I remember one day coming out of Cathouse and looking at my bike, and there was a parking ticket on my bike, and I'm like, you know, how is that possible? You know, we're all parked in the spot we have for years. As I looked at the parking ticket, it, you know, said the whole thing, and I looked on the back to see it was a flyer for Johnny Crash playing at Cathouse next week. And I thought, how ingenious is that? You know, it got my attention, pissed me off, but on the other side I go, oh, thank God I didn't get a ticket. First of all, just like today, it's seeing friends. Seeing people that we had a great connection with, you know, all those years. Cathouse was really a special place. It gave us a place to play when there weren't that many places to play back then. It gave us a place to hang out, to listen to the music that we enjoyed. There weren't any of those places at that time. And it really was a community. So to me, what's going to be great is to see that community back together, see all the guys, just like today, seeing a couple of guys the Junkyard guys I haven't seen in a while. I mean, you know I've seen some of the guys I haven't seen in a while, so I'm happy about that. What's my favorite band on the bill? Oh, that's easy, Faster Pussycat. I toured with them last year, and Tammy's great, man. They great songs, they have the right rock and roll attitude, man. But I gotta tell you, there's a lot of great bands on this bill, man. This is a really good lineup. And, you know, this music has lived on through the years. There are some good channels that you can hear good rock and roll, but now you get to put a face to the music, and that's what this night is going to be all about.
Yeah, what do you think about them taking out the House of Blues?
Well, I mean, you know, it is what it is. I mean, look, through all the years we survived, you know, we lost Gazzari's, and then they put up the Key Club, you know? I mean, we lived without House of Blues for a long time, and then it came back. So, I mean, music's always going to survive. I mean, rock and roll right now is just going a little underground, you know, which is not a bad thing. Rock and roll has always been the dirty kind of music anyway, so we're just going to be underground for a few years. You know, what's going to be great about this show is we are including a little bit of the motorcycle scene, because motorcycles were very important back then. I mean, really just kind of like the modern day outlaws, you know. We're not allowed to ride horses, so we ride our motorcycles. So back in the days at Cathouse, we always had the motorcycle lineup when we would show up, and you would see the bikes lined up out front. Well, this year at the Cathouse live event, we are going to have a lot of guys that are going to show off their bikes, and we are going to have a nice little motorcycle exhibit.
Oh, that'll be neat.
Yeah, it's going to be great. I'll have bikes there, Tammy will have bikes there, some of our friends will have bikes too, so it's going to be good.
So it'll be a motorcycle show.
Absolutely, man.